I would say a 48-hour fast is what I did. So I have been, yeah, and it was fine. And I don't know how many of you do fasting. I'm not talking about intermittent fasting, which I guess it kind of is. It depends on how you define it. But how many of you do fasting? How many of you do at least a 24-hour? I'm not talking about I don't eat for 16 hours. You don't eat like a day. You're not eating on a day. You do like 1 day fast, 24, 36, 48. How many of you do intentional fasting and you do that on purpose, or you feel better when you do it? How many of you do that, and how often do you do it? Just curious. And I'll be honest, it's not hard at all. It's really not hard. It's going to be a challenge for you if you're not fat adapted. But whenever I do it, because I eat so much grass-fed beef and I eat so much fat, when I don't, I will tell you that yesterday, for example, yesterday evening, I was up later than I wanted to be because we were doing some stuff in the other room and moving some things. And, I was getting I felt a little bit hungry because my body was used to eating in the evening and I was ready to eat. So it kind of let me know, okay, I haven't done a fast in a while. And it was just getting later. I don't feel like eating and cooking all this stuff right now. So I kind of felt a little bit hungry. I was on the porch reading and stuff like that. And then when I woke up today, just so you know, not hungry at all. So you might ask, well, why? Why were you hungry the night before? Or why were you hungry the night before? And why weren't you hungry the next day? I wasn't hungry, or I was hungry the night before because my body's used to eating at that time. I'm used to eating at night. I'm used to eating at that time. So I felt hungry. Of course I felt hungry. That's when my body's expecting food. But no, I stopped in all day today. No, just energy. Didn't feel hungry, didn't feel full. I was just boom. Yeah, I just felt chill, calm. It's awesome. It's awesome. It's very easy when you're eating enough fat. And it's very important to understand that it takes that time. That's why if you're not used to it, if you run on sugar and you run on carbohydrates, you're going to get those hunger. You're going to get that aches, those hunger. Oh, you're going to feel, So when you are fat adapted, your body just has, I don't want to say unlimited energy, but essentially for a while. You can obviously, you can stretch fasting for a while, but of course you want to practice. But I don't do it really, really long because when I'm fasting, I'm not training hard. I'm not exerting a lot of energy. So whenever I do fasting, I'm not doing lifting. So I haven't lifted in like a day or two, just some mobility stuff. So, it's also, I'm not doing it. It's not hard because I usually don't eat until the evening anyway. So it's just literally skipping one meal, essentially. It's just one meal. So if you've thought about it, you never tried it, it's definitely very effective, and you'll feel great. You'll feel focused. You have more attention for other things, and it makes things a lot easier. So I just skipped that one meal and then didn't eat the next day. Yeah, it's just because if you can't do it, if you feel like, oh my God, I can't stand it, it's because you're not fat adapted. And that's, in my opinion, that's a concern just because you're dependent on sugar and maybe you're focused too much on carbohydrates in your nutrition. But this is another reason why food quality is paramount.